Welcome to Madrid Reviews. This is your host, Christian Madrid, and on today's video, we're going to be talking about the Smashing Machine. Let's get to the review now, yo. Alright, y'all, let's get into this. So, I just saw The Smashing Machine last night, and it is an incredible film. If you are a fan of sports dramas, this is one not to miss. I didn't know too much about Mark Kerr going into this film other than he was an MMA fighter, I guess one of the pioneers of MMA fighting. But this movie made me learn much more about him and his personal struggles in and out of the ring. And it made me want to see his, documentary on HBO that came out like 20 years ago. It was like 02 or 03, something like that. But yeah, now I'm fascinated in learning more about Mark Kerr after seeing this movie. Benny Safdie did a magnificent job directing, writing, and editing this film. As the direction of this film is amazing, and it's very well edited and tells the story within a reasonable runtime that fully fleshes out the story and characters. I liked him and his brother's previous films, Good Time and Uncut Gems. Those are some great films. So Smash Machine, just as good as those, I think. The writing is terrific, as the story is great and well told about MMA fighter Mark Kerr. Captures 4 years of his life, and it shows his fighting career and then struggles with his relationship and substance abuse. I think there's a good balance of everything. The dialogue is great, and this movie does have, a good balance of drama and sports, as the fighting scenes are great, but it more focuses on the drama outside the ring, which I like too. I like there was a good balance between those two. I see this movie as sort of a modern-day Raging Bull, as the stories, to me, they're a bit similar, but obviously, this movie is not as good as Raging Bull, but it's good nonetheless. I find, Jake LaMotta's story similar to Mark Kerr's. And that's just me, but obviously Raging Bull is better. It's a masterpiece, one of the greatest sports films ever. But anyways, the acting is amazing, as Dwayne Johnson, he gives his best performance ever, as he put so much effort and emotion and vulnerability into this role. And I gotta give it to him. I wasn't the biggest fan of some of, his other roles and stuff, as it kept on being the same fucking thing every single time. His performances, it feels like he was giving low effort, even though getting paid a shit ton of money. Hey, respect to that. But he's finally putting effort, into his performances. And this one, this is best performance to date, Mark Kerr. And I hope, this is a sign of more, drama roles for The Rock, as he can act. Yes, guys, The Rock can act, and he may get an Oscar nomination. Will he get an Oscar for this role? I don't think so. I think Leonardo DiCaprio did better in one battle after another, and Michael B. Jordan in Sinners. So I don't think The Rock's going to get an Oscar. I think he should get nominated, though. I do. But it's a great performance nonetheless. Emily Blunt also gives a fantastic performance. She has great chemistry with The Rock, and she is bad in this film. She's hot. Special Pass Smash, of course. The cinematography in this film is great, as it's a very aesthetic look and feel, and it's beautifully shot. Production design is amazing, as the set pieces are accurate to the time period, and the makeup department did a phenomenal job in putting all those prosthetics and stuff on The Rock to make him look more like Mark Kerr. They went all out for this film. Very impressed with that. The soundtrack is good in this film, as it plays, great songs throughout the film. And overall, The Smash Machine is the sports drama film of the year, and I highly recommend giving this film a watch. So check it out. I'm giving this movie an A-. We're eating really good watching this movie. In and out, Chick-fil-A type shit. Alright, y'all, so that's the end of the video. Don't forget to hit the like button. Comment on whether you have seen The Smash Machine or you're excited to see it. And if you've seen it, let me know your thoughts. What's your favorite movie starring The Rock? I think it's either this one or Furious 7. The Smash Machine for sure is best performance. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button alert to know I drop a new review. Appreciate you all for watching. See you on the next one. Have a good morning, afternoon, night, whatever time you're watching this. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to watch me talk about movies. And if you smell what Madrid Reviews is cooking. Adios.